Yes, boys and girls, just a quick video. I'm going to show you how I get over 300 flights of any belted helicopter. I only fly Goblins, so this video is a reference to Goblin belts, but the same rules apply for all belts. Okay, now these belts are made by a company called Gates. Gates also make cam belts for cars, so they're very high quality. Now, manufacturers would say to you that, oh, you never need to lubricate the belt, it's a dry belt, they're for high torque and high precision performance, which is true to a degree. However, I always oil the belts because what nobody talks about is how heat affects these belts. Now, regardless of size of helicopter, you are still generating heat in that blade, heat in your main gear. It's just the nature of the way things are. You can't do anything about that. Now, what you can do is, in order to stop the heat making your belt go dry, especially if you live in a country where, unlike the UK, you get a lot of sun, a lot of heat, these belts, you'll reduce the lifespan. You know, it's not a maybe, it's just a fact. You will reduce the lifespan of these belts if you live somewhere where it's hot, or just the fact that you fly your helicopter a lot, and especially high RPM, you're putting heat in these belts. You can't stop it. All right. So I've been doing what I'm going to show you. I've been doing this now for 5 years, and my invoices speak for themselves. What you will see is one belt, maybe two belts in the last 5 years on my Raw 700, for instance, yeah, because they just don't wear down like that. Now, I lean on my heli. I run decent head speed, 1950, 2180. So it's not like they're not getting murdered. And so regardless of your flight performance, just running that head speed alone, you're still putting a lot of stress on the belt. And it comfortably, my belt wear has gone from maybe 150 flights, even though manufacturer recommends 100. So maybe 150 flights to, I think, the Raw 700 I've got. That belt has done 338 flights. It doesn't need changing. Yes, there'll be some wear and tear on it, but one thing I do know, the wear and tear on my belt is going to be based around the teeth wearing down, not because it was dry and snapped and then destroyed the helicopter. Because another way to look at it is like this: if your belt's going to fail, yeah, because the teeth on the belt are worn down, at least it stays intact. And one would like to believe that the pilot behind the radio is skilled enough to at least auto. So that's the worst case scenario. Yeah, your belt slips, there's your indication there. You'll be able to tell straight away. You'll probably hear it, bring it in, land, the belt's had it. Plus, if you fly a Goblin, you get the wear indicator, so you can see that if I'm having to readjust the boom or the tail to bring the little belt marker in line, it means that the more I pull it back, the belt stretched, it's old, let it go. But generally, you can't really go wrong. But what you can do, like I said, you're doing the belt a big favour if you keep it moist. So I get a brand new belt, open the packet. This is what I use: 100% treadmill oil, silicone. Right? I use that because if you use a petroleum-based oil, you'll make the belt go soft and spongy, and it will snap. 100%. You can't Can't use petroleum-based oils on rubber of any nature unless it was designed to have that added to its application, but it's not something I'd recommend. So all I'm going to do is going to take this oil, and I want it's even quicker if I just take the lid off actually. So get the lid off, and I'm going to pour this in the bag like so. And so I might be thinking, oh my god, what is he doing? But there's always a method to my madness. Right, so you don't have to put massive amounts of in there, it's not really necessary. All you're doing is putting enough in the bag, so when you seal the top of the bag like that, you can manipulate it in the bag and soak the whole belt. The whole belt gets it. Yeah. That's all you do, was it? I like to leave that in there. New belts, I leave them in there for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Just get yourself a little matte pen, pin it to the wall, and just forget about it for 10 minutes. When you remove it from the bag, obviously, run all your oil down, because you're not trying to get it all over your house or your workshop or your table. Open the bag, have a microfiber at the ready, and all you're doing is pulling out, you're not pulling out the whole belt, you're just pulling out a bit at a time and dragging it through the microfiber to take off all the excess. What that means is this bag remains with well, and you can use it for all your belts. Hang that up on the wall and forget about it. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys. It's worked for me. I mean, like I said, well over 330 something flights, so it must be doing something. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.